Hello, everyone. A cordial greeting to each of you. In this video lecture, I will discuss the topic Institutional Building, POSDCORB, and Critical Path Method, CPM. Let us first try to understand institutional building. Institutional building refers to the deliberate and systematic process of establishing, developing, and enhancing the structures, systems, and culture within an educational institution. This process is aimed at creating a conducive environment for effective teaching, learning, and overall organizational growth. The goal is to build resilient educational institutions capable of adapting to the evolving needs of students, educators, and the broader educational landscape. Here are key aspects of institutional building in education. 1. Strategic vision and mission. Institutional building in education starts with the formulation of a clear and compelling vision and mission for the educational institution. This vision serves as a guiding force, outlining the long-term goals, values, and purpose of the institution. 2. Leadership and governance. Strong leadership and effective governance structures are fundamental to institutional building in education. This involves appointing visionary leaders, defining roles and responsibilities, and establishing decision-making processes. Governance structures should ensure accountability, transparency, and the effective implementation of educational policies. 3. Curriculum development and innovation. Educational institutions need to continually update and innovate their curriculum to meet the changing needs of students and the demands of the workforce. Institutional building involves the development of a dynamic and relevant curriculum that fosters critical thinking, creativity, and lifelong learning. 4. Faculty development. Investing in the professional development of educators is a crucial aspect of institutional building in education. This includes providing opportunities for training, workshops, and advanced degrees. A well-trained and motivated faculty contributes significantly to the quality of education provided. 5. Infrastructure and learning resources. Building and maintaining modern infrastructure, including classrooms, laboratories, libraries, and technology infrastructure, is essential for creating an optimal learning environment. Adequate learning resources, both physical and digital, contribute to the overall educational experience. 6. Student support services. Educational institutions need to provide comprehensive support services for students. This includes counseling services, career guidance, and other resources to ensure the holistic development of students, both academically and personally. 7. Community engagement. Educational institutions play a vital role in the communities they serve. Institutional building involves fostering strong ties with the community through outreach programs, partnerships with local organizations, and involvement in community development initiatives. Let us now understand POSDCORB in educational management. The POSDCORB framework, originally devised by Luther Gulick, provides a structured approach for effective educational management. This framework, consisting of 7 key functions, is particularly valuable in guiding administrators, educators, and educational institutions toward achieving their academic and organizational objectives. 1. Planning in education. Educational planning involves setting academic goals, defining learning outcomes, and designing strategies to achieve them. Key activities: establishing curriculum objectives, developing academic plans and programs, planning for resource allocation. Significance: planning in education is crucial for aligning the curriculum with educational goals, anticipating resource needs, and adapting to evolving educational trends. 2. Organizing in education. Organizing in education refers to structuring the educational institution, allocating resources, and establishing roles and responsibilities. Key activities: designing the organizational structure, allocating classrooms and resources, defining roles for teachers and administrative staff. Significance: organizing ensures that the educational institution functions efficiently, with clear communication channels and well-defined responsibilities. 3. Staffing in education. Staffing in education involves recruiting, training, and developing a qualified and motivated workforce. Key activities: hiring qualified educators and support staff, providing professional development opportunities, evaluating and appraising staff performance. Significance: staffing ensures that the educational institution has a skilled and dedicated team capable of delivering quality education. 4. Directing in education. Directing in education focuses on leadership, motivation, and guidance of teachers and students toward achieving educational objectives. Key activities: providing instructional leadership, motivating students and educators, resolving conflicts and challenges. Significance: directing plays a vital role in creating a positive learning environment and facilitating effective teaching and learning practices. 5. Coordinating in education. Coordinating in education involves harmonizing various educational activities to ensure coherence and alignment with the overall educational mission. Key activities: coordinating curriculum implementation, collaborating between different departments, aligning teaching methods and assessments. Significance: coordinating is essential for creating a unified educational experience and avoiding fragmentation in the learning process. 6. Reporting in education. Reporting in education involves transparent communication with stakeholders about the educational institution's performance. Key activities: generating and disseminating academic reports, providing updates on student progress, facilitating communication with parents and the community. Significance: reporting fosters accountability, transparency, and informed decision-making among all stakeholders in the educational community. 7. Budgeting in education. Budgeting in education involves allocating financial resources to various academic and administrative activities to support educational goals. Key activities: developing educational budgets, monitoring and controlling expenditures, allocating resources based on educational priorities. Significance: budgeting ensures that financial resources are aligned with educational priorities, supporting effective teaching and learning. 8. Quality assurance and accreditation. Implementing mechanisms for quality assurance and seeking accreditation from relevant educational bodies are crucial for institutional building. Accreditation ensures that the institution adheres to established standards of quality in its educational programs and services. 9. Technology integration. Incorporating technology into teaching and learning processes is integral to institutional building in education. This includes the use of educational technologies, online learning platforms, and data analytics to enhance the overall educational experience. 10. Research and innovation. Encouraging a culture of research and innovation contributes to the intellectual vibrancy of an educational institution. Institutional building involves creating an environment that supports faculty and student research initiatives and fosters a spirit of inquiry. Thank you, everyone. If you're passionate about education and teacher training, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel Education and Teacher Education at Shokeen Bilal. The link for subscription is given in the description section.